Blue Jays fans, we are starting with the mound visit everyone is talking about from Game 4 of the ALCS. So Jays pitcher Mad Max Scherzer. Did I get that right?
Yeah.
All right, thank you. He was not going to let manager John Schneider pull him in the 5th inning with 2 outs. He fought really hard to stay in the game. So Scherzer finished the inning with a strikeout and returned in the 6th to face 3 more batters before being pulled from the game. The Jays, of course, ultimately beat the Mariners 8-2. Yeah. So, I mean, this was quite a moment. So what did you make of it?
First of all, I want to compliment your sports, your TSN-like read.
Well done. Thank you.
Very nice. TSN will be calling. Cynthia Loyst available outside of the social. But you know what? I think, first of all, what we saw happen between the Mariners and the Blue Jays last night is something that will be in sports highlights for years because it was a magical moment. And I know there's a lot of talk about, you know, it was an egotistical thing to do. You know, it was kind of embarrassing maybe for the manager. But what I saw was a master class in trust between 2 people who trust in each other. And when that manager went out on that mound to pull that pitcher, and the pitcher was like, no, I got it, let's go. That trust to be like, okay, I'm gonna walk away and I trust you.
Yes.
I know you're gonna do it. And then he did it, which is what we all want. And I feel like outside of sports, this is something that we should all be practicing in our own workplaces because I feel like there are a lot of people, you've been hired to do something, but sometimes you feel like you're always being undermined because your boss doesn't trust you, especially in those special moments. So to me, that was fantastic baseball and a fantastic moment for all of us.
Yeah.
Good moment.
Yes.
Good moment.
I'll just say, like, what if it didn't go so well afterwards? Like, what then? I mean, it was great, but what would happen?
It's true. I think the narrative would have played out very differently today. He might have been perceived as egotistical. You never know.
Yeah.
But I want to jump on the trust train, too, because that, for me, was the biggest thing here. This was a case of a human being, John Schneider, having the courage to trust another human being, Mad Max, over data. And baseball, if you know anything about it, is a sport that really values analytics. So when a manager is going to pull a pitcher, they're looking at the numbers, performance, how many pitches they've thrown, and actually the data shows that when a pitcher faces the same batters for the 3rd time like he was, the advantage goes to the batters. So on paper, it would have been a smart move to pull him. But what the data doesn't consider is that this was Max Scherzer's 500th start. This is a future Hall of Famer. He was well rested. He was going to go throw everything at this that he could, and he did. So for that manager to trust this pitcher in that moment and throw away the numbers was amazing.
I totally agree. And I think that people have to realize something. Max Scherzer is 41 years old. He is one of the last few of that age ever to start in a postseason game. And I don't think it's lost on Schneider to know this is a guy who was signed to the Blue Jays. Guess for how many seasons? This one.
Yeah,
this could potentially be maybe the end of his career, close to the end of his career. And I think there's a part of Schneider that there's something in workplaces that's called similarity bias or affinity bias, where a boss sees something of himself potentially in somebody that they hire or an employee, or a woman sees something in a woman. And, you know, they're around the same age. Schneider's 45, Scherzer's 41. This could be coming to the end of Scherzer's career. And the fact that he is a future Hall of Famer, but he's had a bad neck injury. He hasn't pitched in a month, y'all. There's a lot of reasons to not have put him there because of his age, coming off the injury, high stakes game. So I think the trust went further than to say, you know what, I'm gonna give you your last shot. So the trust thing is also not just trusting them in the big moments, it's Schneider giving him an opportunity to say, if this is the end, I'm gonna give you a shot to go out big, bruh. So like,
go down in flames. If you're gonna go down big.
Or the other way.
Or the other way.
And it worked out.
Yeah, I would have liked to see if he said no. Like, if he was like, no, you gotta go. I would have liked to see that play out just a little bit. But I'm glad the Blue Jays won.
Yeah, it's true. It's true.
Hey, you, come a bit closer. We've got so many more must-see interviews, spicy debates, lifestyle tips, and pop culture moments. So subscribe to our channel by tapping the logo below and don't miss out.